Hello. Here's how you can lose fat and the difference between losing fat versus losing weight. So, if you look anywhere online, you'll see that in order to lose weight, you need to be eating in a caloric deficit, which is true. But for most people, that's not actually their goal. Their goal is fat loss, not weight loss. Because you can have weight loss through losing muscle, through losing bone density, through losing water weight. This is why mixed martial artists and fighters can cut weight, or wrestlers can cut weight and lose 20 plus pounds in a matter of a week or two just by cutting water weight and that type of unhealthy weight loss, right? So the goal then for most people is not weight loss, right? We want to have a sufficient amount of muscle mass. We want to have healthy hydration in the system. It's fat loss. And fat loss is different than weight loss. So if you want to lose fat, all you need to do is this: just stop eating. And I know that sounds simple, but stick with me here for a minute as you understand why this is so important. So, caloric restriction is like, let's say I'm going to eat a little bit less than I normally would for breakfast, a little bit less than I normally would for lunch, a little bit less than I normally would for dinner, but you're still eating 3 times a day. And what that does is that spikes insulin, right? So when you eat, gives that hormonal signal to the body that food is coming in, energy is coming in. And this is why when many people start to restrict their calories, they become super hungry because the body is still spiking the same hormonal response, but receiving less energy. And so again, over time, just by pure thermodynamics, you will begin to lose weight. And some of that weight might be fat, but it might not be necessarily. So if you're just interested in losing weight, you have to just stop eating. This is also known as fasting. All right, you don't need to fast for 40 days. I'm going to explain to you what the right fasting protocols are. But the weight loss industry is an industry that is trying to make money off of you being unhealthy. And in order to make money, you need to be consuming. So the weight loss industry will never say, hey, just start fasting, just stop eating, because then they can't sell you on a certain diet. They can't sell you on a certain program. They can't sell you on certain types of strange foods that they say will help you lose weight. What your fat is on your body, what your fat stores are stored energy. So that if you were ever in a situation in which you had to go a week without food, your body could still survive. Your body still has energy. And so the way that you want to lose fat is just start fasting. And this is the right protocol. So what I recommend is, if you've never fasted before, start with one 24-hour fast. So you sleep, you wake up, you fast the whole day, you eat one meal at night, 24-hour fast. A week later, try a 36-hour fast. So you sleep, wake up, you don't eat the whole day, then you go back to sleep, and then you eat that next morning, 36-hour fast. A week after that, try a 48-hour fast. So go 2 days without eating and build up your body's ability to begin to tap into fat stores. Because as long as you're consuming food, as long as you're spiking insulin, your body's not going to say, oh, we need to tap into fat stores now because we're in the absence of food. Because you're still feeding your body. Your body's going to say, oh, we're going to try to get as much energy from this as possible. And then your body's going to give you signals to feel tired and hungry until you eat again and keep getting food. So basically, what fasting does and why it's so healthy is, one, is it gives your digestive system a break, right? Most of the calories that you consume are actually burnt just in trying to digest the food that you eat. So you're giving your body a break. The next thing too is you're resetting insulin, because what many people experience is they think, oh, if I fast for 24 hours, I'm going to be starving and I'm going to have a huge meal after. That's actually not what happens, because what happens is you'll go for maybe 2 to 3 or 4 hours fasting, and then all of a sudden you feel a little tired and hungry, kind of that like pit in your stomach, your body wants food. But if you just push past that in that like 30-minute window, then what happens is you actually feel like you have a lot of energy, because your brain realizes, oh my God, I have all this extra energy, all of these extra fat stores on my body. And so I don't actually need food. I can tap into this for energy. And what people actually are surprised to find fasting is how not hungry they are, how going a full day without food, they're totally fine. Going 2, 3 days without food, they're completely fine. In fact, they feel more mental clarity and more energy because they're not overstuffing the system. All right? So that's really it. And this is really just common sense. If you look at how actors get so in shape for roles and stuff, well, let me start here. The only reason that you would ever eat in a caloric deficit for the sake of losing body fat and getting like a shredded physique is if you were already a bodybuilder. If you were already lean and you just needed to shred off a little bit more body fat and you ate a very high protein diet and gently restricted calories and added in a little bit of cardio, you could kind of change your body composition that way. But if you're just trying to lose fat and you don't want to have to track every single calorie you eat, you need to lose a lot of weight and you don't want to track it for months and months and months and months, just do fasting. If you need to lose a lot of weight, like you're heavily obese, fast every other day. So eat one day as you normally would, 3-4 meals, whatever you eat, fast the next whole day. Then eat the next day, then fast the next whole day. Or you can do once a week or once every 2 weeks. So starting with a 24-hour fast, then building up to 36 hours, 48 hours, and you really don't need more than about a 3-day fast to get sufficient weight loss throughout the month. All right? If you're doing it for other reasons, spiritual reasons, or a real cleanse of the body, you've been dealing with illnesses, some people will go up to a week. You really don't need over that. But what you will find is if you already have excess fat stores on your body, that it's actually not that hard. If you can just push through the initial phases in which your brain sends the signals for you to eat food, because that's how you've been conditioning your body, if you can push past that, you will lose fat incredibly easily. And you will feel more energized because also what happens when you fast is your body begins to consume its own dead cells. And it begins to like rest your digestive system and expel all the waste from your body. So you feel lighter, you feel more energized, you feel more mental clarity. I myself don't fast that regularly just because I'm already at a very healthy body composition. But a few days ago, I fasted for, I believe it was 36 hours. And by around 6 p.m. of around hour 24 of the fast, I felt so much energy and so much mental clarity. I was going for a walk. I felt wonderful. I felt light. I didn't feel bogged down. You know when you have a meal that's too heavy and you feel bogged down, like you need to take a nap? That's because your body is expending so many calories, so much energy, just trying to digest that food. And the really cool thing about fasting too is you don't actually find that you're that hungry after the fast because your insulin is reset. So when you do start eating food again, your brain knows to eat only to the point where you've gained enough energy that you need, and then you can just keep going about your life, right? So the cool part is not only does fasting help you lose fat very, very fast, it resets your system, it resets your biology, and it also means that when you start eating normally again, when you don't really need to fast, you're at a healthy body composition, your body naturally signals you when you're hungry, when you need food, and then immediately shuts off when you don't need food anymore. This is why there are people who have fast metabolisms. It's not actually that their metabolisms are that fast, although there can be genetic differences with that. It's that their body has become way more efficient at using energy because their insulin, their hormonal signals are healthy. So if you're overweight and you're watching this, try fasting and understand also it's not your fault. You've grown up in a society that is overfed you and that doesn't understand the basic principles of human health, and so it's not your fault. But understand this too, you're never going to get to a healthy body composition, a healthy body fat percentage, by listening to a market that's always trying to sell you more things. The reason you got where you are is because of over consuming, and that, again, that's not your fault. That's just the society that you've grown up in. So you're not going to lose the fat that you want to lose by consuming more. It sounds so simple. It's just stop eating fast for an extended period of time. But we grow up in a society that thinks that we can't go 2 hours without a snack or without a little bit of energy or a little bit of food. And yet we wonder why, at least in the West, in the United States of America, I think it's almost half of the population is overweight or obese. All right, so don't try to get healthy listening to a society that's sick. Listen to people who are already healthy, internally and externally. There's a lot of bodybuilders and people who are taking steroids and have really shredded looking physiques on the outside, but internally their health is all out of whack. All right? That's why a lot of them die at like 50, right? So listen to people who are really, really healthy. Listen to people who have maybe been in a position where they were overweight or underweight and gone into a healthy body composition, and then just enjoy your life. Then don't stress about it, right? Because again, once you've lost the fat, once your insulin is reset, then your body just knows, okay, I'm hungry, I need a little bit of food. You eat until you feel like around 80% full. Your body immediately turns off that hormonal signal. It works perfectly because your body, over millions of years of evolution, this amazing biochemical machine, knows what you need to be healthy. Your body is intelligent. Your gut has millions of neurons that are sending signals to your brain all the time. You don't need to try so hard. Your body knows what you need. This is why when you eat a fresh bowl of fruit, your body says, I feel amazing after. You feel more energy. You feel good. You feel attracted to it. When you eat a huge, greasy cheeseburger, maybe your taste buds want it, but afterwards you get that mucusy feeling in the back of your throat. You feel like you need to take a nap. You feel tired. It doesn't take more than just common sense. If you want to lose fat, not just weight, but fat, stop eating. Fast for 1 to 3 days, usually. If you want to learn what your body likes and doesn't like, listen to how you feel after eating. What is your body wanting? Your body's a very intelligent mechanism, and it's really just common sense. So I hope this video helps. I hope you give this a shot. One other protocol while fasting too is make sure you consume electrolytes. That's just things like a little bit of sodium, a pinch of salt in your water, lemon. You can also get electrolyte supplements. That's actually the one thing you should be consuming just for brain health while you're fasting. But even then, you could still go 48 hours without consuming electrolytes and be okay. So I hope this video helps for anyone on their fat loss journeys and understanding that key difference between weight loss and fat loss. Weight loss can be very unhealthy. Fat loss is just getting to a healthy body fat percentage where your body knows how to function automatically. So I hope this helps. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.